Today we will explore the ancestral force within you, a power that transcends matter and silently weaves the fabric of your reality. Have you ever wondered why some people exude an almost irresistible aura, why they seem to possess an unwavering clarity, as if they know exactly where they are going? It's no coincidence. The real key lies in harnessing a primordial energy, a brutal force that, if neglected, traps you in cycles of frustration and self-imposed limitations. But when you learn to consciously channel it, this same force becomes the fuel that will allow you to reach your full potential. Listen carefully. Freedom lies not in the absence of desires, but in their control. You are not weak in the face of impulses. You become weak by allowing them to dominate you. Your desire is a sacred fire. Misdirected, this fire burns, consumes, and destroys your life energy. But properly channeled, it illuminates you, warms you, sustains you, and propels you toward your highest goals. Pornography, social media addiction, empty sex, addictive TV shows, and constant stimulation are modern energy thieves. They capture your attention, drain your vitality, and take you away from your center. This wasted energy doesn't disappear. It simply becomes unavailable for what really matters: your health, your presence, your creativity, your fulfillment. It's time to break the invisible chains that hold you captive. Take responsibility for your energy. Transform your pure impulse into a constructive force. The path of sexual transmutation is a path of reconnecting with your most powerful essence, and it begins with small conscious decisions. True motivation doesn't come from outside. It arises within you when you feel yourself channeling your strength towards something that truly matters. The deep satisfaction of being on the path to something greater than yourself is the most lasting pleasure there is. We're talking about sexual energy, but not as you may have learned it under the guise of taboos, not just as an instinct or pleasure. It's about something much deeper, more transformative. Sexual energy is a life force, a driving force of creativity, ambition, genius, and personal fulfillment. Jung, Sigmund Freud, and Napoleon Rio, each in their own way, understood and revealed the considerable impact this energy has on our lives. Jung viewed this force as psychic energy itself, the alibi that propels our path to individuation. He said that when this energy is repressed or diverted, it creates shadows, blockages, repetitive patterns, and psychological suffering. However, when integrated into consciousness, it becomes an inexhaustible source of creativity and fulfillment and inner transformation. For Jung, the alchemy of the soul lies precisely in the transmutation of this pure energy into something precious, like the psychological gold that emerges from the exploration of one's own depths. Dr. Freud, although taking a different approach, also recognized the power of this impulse. For him, the libido was the force that animates our deepest desires, the basis of our motivations and behaviors. It was Freud who introduced the concept of sublimation, a process by which sexual energy can be redirected toward higher purposes: art, science, and creativity. In other words, this inner strength should not dissipate into empty satisfaction. It can be transformed into fulfillment, purpose, and a real impact on the world. Napoleon Rio, in turn, put all this into practice. He studied the great geniuses of history and detected a pattern. They all had a heightened sexual desire, and more importantly, knew how to transform this desire into action. Focus, magnetism, clarity, and the ability to divide. He wrote about this in Think and Grow Rich, demonstrating that transmuted sexual energy is one of the keys to success. Napoleon River wasn't talking about repression, but about channeling. He compared this process to the power of a river. When it's directed, it generates energy. When it's allowed to flow unchecked, it can destroy. And this applies to your inner energy. But what happens in real life? How does this apply to your daily life? Every day we waste our most precious energy on silent, destructive habits. Spending too much time on social media drains your focus and fragments your mind. You abandon your vital energy to quick, meaningless stimuli. Pornography addiction and even compulsive masturbation rob us of our creativity, leaving us exhausted and emotionally numb. Endless binge-watching of captivating series, excessive content consumption, one-night stands, and pointless conversations. It all sounds harmless, but it drains our life energy like a dripping faucet. It's like trying to light a fire with wet wood. The flame slowly dies out. What do all these things have in common? They fuel immediate desire but drain the soul. We become distracted, numb, and distant, and this energy that could be used to create, build, and evolve is wasted on fleeting pleasures that only take you away from your essence. So how do you change that? How do you transform that energy into something that propels you forward, not backward? It all starts with awareness. Learn to observe your body, your emotions, your impulses. When you feel desire, anxiety, or restlessness, stop. Don't run away. Don't react automatically. Breathe. Yes. Something as simple as breathing can change everything. Practice mindful breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 4. Inhale through your mouth for a count of 4, and hold your breath for a count of 4. Repeat the exercise for 2 minutes. This calms the nervous system, reduces impulse control, and reconnects you with your body. Best of all, it's free, accessible, and always with you. Work out whenever you need to. Physical exercise is another powerful practice. Walk, run, dance, move every day. Movement not only releases stagnant energy, but it also helps balance hormones, clear the mind, and transform tension into vitality. Also establish an energetic protection routine. Create a ritual to end the day. Around 9 or 10 p.m., step away from stimuli. Avoid social media, exciting TV shows, unnecessary conversations, and erotic content. Read something, go home, take a hot shower, feel the water wash away the weight of the day. Breathe slowly. Remain silent. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Thank your body. Visualize your inner fire as a constant flame that sustains you until dawn. Make it a habit, a nighttime altar, a return to your center. This fire has always been within you. It has never gone out. It is there waiting for you. Honor it, nourish it, guide it, and let it illuminate not only your path, but also the world around you. By incorporating these practices into your life, you will begin to understand that sexual energy is not just a physical impulse, but a vital psychic force that, when properly directed, opens the doors to personal, creative, and spiritual fulfillment. You will begin to experience a profound transformation in your energy and your daily life. Everything becomes clearer and more meaningful because your energy is no longer scattered in fleeting pleasures or superficial addictions. The key to transmutation lies in awareness and daily discipline. By harnessing your energy networks, you not only create a healthier and more balanced life, but you also build a future filled with meaning, clarity, and magnetism. You'll be more focused, more present, and more able to act with intention, directing your energy toward what truly matters: your health, your career, your relationships, and your personal and spiritual development. Reflect and strengthen your inner strength. The transformation you seek requires constant reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself about your relationship with your energy. Did you use your strength wisely or waste it on automatic, destructive habits? By reflecting on your decisions, you strengthen your practice and make more conscious choices the next day. Cultivating this inner strength is the key to a fulfilling life. It's not about denying one's desires, but rather about directing them toward a higher purpose. The path of sexual transmutation is above all a path of self-knowledge, where one learns to control one's impulses and transform them into constructive, creative, and evolutionary actions. The fire one ignites within oneself is not ephemeral. It transforms, grows, and illuminates our path. Every step toward energy independence is a step toward true freedom. By mastering your energy, you transform not only your life, but also the world around you. Your presence becomes more powerful, your vision becomes clearer, and your ability to make an impact is amplified. If you found this content helpful, please like it and let us know in the comments. Today I choose to heal my life force energy and transform my life. Because on your path of transmutation, you will realize that true transformation does not happen in isolated moments, but extends to all areas of your life. What once seemed like a simple discipline becomes a way of life. Every action, every word, every thought will be infused with a new, more centered energy, more aligned with your higher purpose. In your relationships, the transmutation of sexual energy manifests profoundly. You begin to perceive true intimacy not only as a physical act, but also as a spiritual and emotional union. Sexual energy now harnessed and transmuted, becomes the foundation for more harmonious and conscious relationships. You establish deeper connections with others, imbued with mutual respect and a sincere desire for shared fulfillment, rather than seeking only personal or superficial satisfaction. Your transmuted energy also resonates in your work and creative pursuits. You'll notice that as you connect more deeply with your inner self, your ideas flow with greater creativity and abundance. Your focus sharpens, your motivation becomes more consistent, and your ability to complete projects increases with greater efficiency. What once seemed like a tedious endeavor now becomes a natural flow, an authentic expression of your creative energy and essence. With the transmutation of sexual energy, the body also undergoes a transformation. You become more aware of your eating habits, posture, and overall physical health. By becoming more connected to your body and your deepest desires, you begin to make healthier choices that promote balance and well-being. Transmuted sexual energy also promotes greater vitality and improved physical and emotional health. You realize that your health is not just the absence of disease, but the presence of vibrant energy circulating throughout your entire being. Despite this significant transformation, the path of transmutation will not be without challenges. You will encounter moments of resistance, where old patterns and urges will try to return like a shadow that refuses to break free. However, it is important to remember that these moments are opportunities for growth. They are not signs of failure, but rather a sign that you are on the right path. When you begin to transmute your sexual energy, the ego and unconscious may resist. They are accustomed to their old patterns and do not understand this new way of life. At this time, it is essential to exercise patience and self-compassion. There is no shame in falling, but true transformation occurs when one rises with greater wisdom and strength. To continue on the path of transmutation, it is necessary to maintain a constant practice of self-care and inner vigilance. Self-care isn't just about resting or nourishing your body. It's also about nourishing your mind and spirit through practices that promote balance and clarity. Meditation, daily reflection, and moments of solitude are essential for staying in tune with your highest energy. As you progress through this process, a part of you begins to reconnect with something beyond the physical and material. Transmuted sexual energy is not just an earthly force, but a divine energy that connects you to the universe, to cosmic creativity, and to your true spiritual essence. It is a moment of transcendence where you begin to perceive your sexual energy as an expression of the divine, reflected not only in your life, but also in the very flow of universal life. Transmuting sexual energy can also help awaken your inner feminine or masculine side, depending on your intersection. Transmuted sexual energy creates a balance between these two forces, which manifest both internally and externally. Reconciling these internal forces allows you to be more fulfilled, more authentic, and more complete. By integrating sexual transmutation into your life, your consciousness expands. You realize that life is not just a cycle of pleasure and pain, but a permanent opportunity for evolution and growth. With each step, you become more aware of the interconnectedness of all things and begin to see life from a deeper, more enlightened perspective. Transforming sexual energy is an ongoing process. There is no definitive end, but rather a constant and progressive transformation that leads to greater self-awareness, balance, and personal power. By mastering your sexual energy and channeling it into your life, you transform not only yourself, but also the world around you. You become a channel for the divine, living with greater authenticity, creativity, and fulfillment. This journey, though challenging, is the most meaningful and rewarding you can choose. By embarking on this path of personal transformation, you seek not only personal fulfillment, but also the awakening of an inner force capable of transforming everything: your reality, your relationships, and most importantly, your impact on the world. Sexual energy is not a mere impulse. It is a divine force that, when channeled wisely, leads to inner fulfillment and transcendence, as taught by Eastern Tantra, Hermetic alchemy, taste philosophy, and even the ancient mysteries of Egypt and Greece. Now that you understand the transformative power of transmuting sexual energy and its impact on every aspect of your life, it's time to put it into practice. Remember, The path to self-discovery and transformation is never easy, but the results are deeply rewarding. If this video has resonated with you, piqued your curiosity, or sparked a need for change, please consider taking the next step. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as we have a community here of people interested in self-discovery, depth psychology, and seeking to transform their lives from the inside out. Leave a comment below to share your experience after this reflection. What aspects of your life would you like to transform? Let's continue this conversation in the comments. Let's grow and learn together. And if you know someone who could benefit from this message, share this video with them. Transformation begins when we become aware of our inner power, and sharing this wisdom can be the first step toward life transformation. I invite you to reflect. What's the next step on your journey toward transformation? The power to change is in your hands. Remember, the path to transformation begins with a simple act of awareness. And of course, see you in the next video.